Mama Nawal, or Dr. Nawal Degwy, is a leading pioneer in the field of education. In every step of her career that extends back in time to 1958, she broke new ground. Baby Home was her first enterprise, an educational establishment for Egyptian children along international standards. Early on, developing individual talents of the young became the first stepping stone to a bright future. Dar Tarbiya was her next step, a brave new world open up to encourage her sons and daughters to be leaders in an ever-growing world of science, technology and fine art. The achievement of Dar Tarbiya students was acknowledged by the British ambassador to Egypt.
It's a great pleasure for me to be invited here this evening to the Dar al-Tarbiya graduation day. And I've been looking at a letter from Cambridge University, which is my own university, about the achievements of your school. They are frankly astonishing. They bear comparison with the best anywhere in the world, including in the United Kingdom. So I would like to offer my very warmest congratulations to all the people who have graduated and to all the teaching staff who have helped them to get through their exams. I'm particularly impressed by the achievements which you have reached in the fields of mathematics and in the sciences. Looking at the results you have achieved, I can say with absolute confidence that the future of Egypt is in very good hands indeed. Thank you all very much indeed.
It was typical of Mama Nawal to reach beyond her resounding success at home. In 1985, she established West Grinstead College in England, the first Egyptian school abroad. Personal computers and innovation in the mid-80s were introduced as the mainstay of an ambitious educational program.
المدرسة اللي هم هيروحوها مدرسة فيها إمكانيات كبيرة قوي، فيها ملاعب لكل الألعاب اللي انتوا عايزينها، التنس، الفوتبول، باسكت بول، حمام سباحة كبير قوي، في جيمنازيوم هول كبير جدا، فيها جناين كتيرة قوي، فيها مسرح كبير. احنا كمان حريصين قوي على ان احنا نقدم لكم برنامج ثقافي جميل. هنعلمكم الكمبيوتر وهنعلمكم الكمبيوتر بطريقة تتناسب مع السن بتاعكم وهتحبوها جدا. من اول هنعرف بنشغل الكمبيوتر ازاي، من الحاجات اللي كمان مقدمها الكمبيوتر للصغيرين، ازاي الكمبيوتر يعلمك الرسم، ازاي الكمبيوتر يعلمك الموسيقى. كل سن معدل برامج الكمبيوتر بتتناسب معاه، وازاي تخلي كل شخص فيكم يحب الكمبيوتر قوي ويستفيد بيه. بعدين هناخد في الانجليش لاب عشان تشوف البيور انجليش اكسنت، ازاي تتكلم زي البريتش بيبل. فاحنا اليوم بتاعنا هيبقى جميل جدا.
These achievements were widely acclaimed at home and abroad. The American League of Colleges and Universities recommended granting Mrs. Nawal Degwy the honorary degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Education.
Dear honored guests, friends of higher education, Mrs. L. Degwy, I bring you greetings from the middle of the United States of America and from the 87 universities which make up the membership of the American League of Colleges and Universities. Approximately 12 years ago, when I was at Columbia, Dr. Fred Harris, who at that time was president of West Virginia Wesleyan University, told me of a very gracious lady he had met who had for over 20 years been the defender of quality education in Egypt. According to Dr. Harris, this lady defined the best available educational process for the extension of the fundamental positive education on the world scene. About 2 years ago, one of the member institutions of the organization I represent here today suggested that we find a person of value and worth in the Middle Eastern part of the world to whom we could bestow an honorary degree in education to demonstrate our respect and value of the contributions being made by that person in the educational circles today. On seeking a nomination, one name was presented, and that name was a person called respectfully Mama Nawal. Mrs. Degwy is the example of what we all aspire to be. She is involved in the very basic system of finding ways to bring education to as many persons as possible with the best delivery system of quality educational opportunities for persons of many ages and personal situation. She is the only Egyptian lady educator represented in the prestigious Educators Hall of Fame in California in the United States of America. She has been recognized as an entrepreneur and thoughtful developer of outstanding graduates who have stood for the Cambridge examinations in every year since she came as the leader of a member institution of the IGCSE subject mastery examinations. I want you to know, for the first time in 9 years, Mrs. Degwy was the unanimous choice.
Mrs. Degwy, you are known as the first lady of modern education in Egypt. You participate as a member of the specialized National Committee for Education to plan the national strategy for education in Egypt. In your education philosophy, you focus importantly on the development of the whole person, the mind, social skills, the productive use of leisure time, physical development, and the growth of the human spirit. You have stood strong in the face of all adversity which has come your way. You have the great gift for giving, giving of yourself and giving to others. You are loved and admired by those you lead, you are respected by your peers, and you are praised by civic, government, and educational leaders. You have become the foundation stone in the building of many lives, in the development of outstanding students, in the teaching of excellence in living wherever you go. You are a person who seems never to be satisfied with what is, but are always looking ahead and seeking what next, what next. You are a person of vision, of courage, of energy, and integrity. And you have been selected unanimously by our Board of Trustees to be honored. Mrs. Nawal Degwy, in recognition of your integrity and character, your distinguished record of leadership and service in your world, the humanitarian efforts in your own country, your pursuit of and commitment to higher education, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Missouri Valley University and by the laws of the state of Missouri in the United States of America, I hereby am proud to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Education, honoris causa.
Building on the brilliant success of her endeavors, Dr. Degwy started in 1996 another yet more ambitious educational program, a private university well situated in modern times with state-of-the-art technology and the latest in teaching methodology. Modern Sciences and Arts University, MSA, made an impressive debut. Faculties of engineering, computer science and management were first founded. Gradually, but with sure and carefully calculated steps, expansion was underway. New fields of specialization were added: languages, mass communication, architecture. New buildings extended the original Degwy campus, which spread over 5 fully equipped buildings, housing the latest technology in classroom education and scientific laboratories.
MSA is forming new partnerships with universities in the United States and Europe to move the standards of education in Egypt even higher towards a global standard of intellectual competitiveness. Your distinguished head, Dr. Nawal Degwy, has already been recognized both at home and abroad, including in the United States, for her achievements in education. And I hope you all very much appreciate how fortunate you are to have studied under her careful tutelage. Equipped with the education that you've received at MSA, I'm confident that you, our graduates, will be knocking down the doors of opportunity as you join the young leaders of Egyptian society. I congratulate you on your achievements thus far, and I look forward to hearing about your future successes as you make Egypt and the world a better place.
Consolidating her success, Dr. Degwy signed validation agreements with both Middlesex and Greenwich universities. Since then, MSA has been receiving annually delegations from both universities with a view to monitoring the educational process at MSA.
I was very impressed with the major project presentations. I thought that is very detailed, also very helpful, and I liked the way they were being not just tested but also given the opportunity to respond to various technical questions within the project and also to improve the final document itself, the final year project document itself.
There is a very positive team spirit in the architecture department. The students were able to actually express their thought process in a very convincing and logical way.
This year I found some excellent student projects, very good broadcasting, a lot of excellent advertising work in practice, and some very thorough exam work, which is very impressive.
I've reviewed both assignment, the coursework, and the examination papers, and I'm quite impressed with them.
A major step forward was the inauguration of MSA campus in October City. Rising in style, the new campus of MSA University is an oasis of culture and education extending over a total area of 50 acres. The buildings housing MSA faculties are a fine example of neoclassical architecture. Like an oasis boasting its lush greenery, MSA University is proud of the lively presence of its faculty and students. You can see them all around, leading a versatile academic life full of potential and promise. They all benefit from a practical hands-on education that goes beyond classrooms to library, laboratories and clinics. The latest addition to MSA New Campus appeared this year as 2 buildings housing dentistry clinics and biotechnology labs, as well as a huge theatre, were inaugurated.
MSA and Middlesex have been partners in higher education for 8 years. The first-hand evidence of a very fine, well-ordered and well-run university, MSA, and with a very courteous and cultured group of students. And I'm sure you've all experienced that this evening. And if anyone has any doubt about the future of Egypt, you only have to see the students who are at MSA and talk to them and experience what they have to offer. They are the future of Egypt.
We know we are a shining star, a rising song. We know we are.
I am terribly impressed with the new facilities offered at the campus, particularly the extensive science laboratories and studios. I just wish that at Greenwich we could afford to put up a campus like this. I really think it's fantastic. And I want to congratulate everyone at MSA for your achievement in creating this marvelous new campus, and wish you every success in your expansion plans.
Abiding by the standards set by international universities motivated the meteoric rise of a truly modern Egyptian university. Partnership with leading British universities keeps the momentum towards excellence. MSA operates under the umbrella of the Quality Assurance Agency for British Higher Education.
I'm very impressed by what I hear, because if you've got two universities like Greenwich and Middlesex as your partners, then you have a very high quality of British university education.
MSA success story goes on as its graduates, bright young men and women, join the workforce and bring their learning experience to fruition.
I especially want to congratulate Mrs. Degwy, who has been the spirit behind this very successful new university. We will be honouring her at the University of Greenwich in the autumn, when she will become an honorary doctor of the university, and we look forward to seeing you there very much at that time.
I am pleased to present Nawal Degwy for the award of an honorary doctorate of education. Nawal Degwy is one of the leading figures in Egyptian higher education, and over the last 50 years has been influential in developing the character of both school and higher education in Egypt. Nawal Degwy has always held the British education system and qualifications in high regard, and she was determined to offer British qualifications through her schools. Due to the success of her school's education provision at primary and secondary levels, in the early 90s she decided to open a university linked to the British education system. She opened the Modern Sciences and Arts University, MSA, in Doki, Cairo in 1996. This new development was recognised by the Egyptian Supreme Council of Universities and enabled pupils to progress from preschool to higher education, taking qualifications informed by the UK system. Its mission was to pursue excellence and provide the best educational offerings in all disciplines based on the application of the latest technologies. Nawal Degwy has built her reputation on individual support and care for the learner, and encouraging high levels of attainment. She knows the pupils and students, all of whom affectionately call her Mama Nawal. This recognises the care and interest shown in each individual and her love for children and young people. Her achievements and vision have in no small part been attributable to support from her husband, General Degwy. He gave up a key role in government to support her in achieving her goals, and he has been a driving force in helping her to realise her dream of expanding MSA University to new premises in October the 6th city. The success of Nawal Degwy's education provision is illustrated by the prizes won by students and the success of graduates. Students in architecture and engineering have won a range of prestigious awards for both their innovative project work, beating off competition from state and private universities. Students from the Faculty of Architecture, for example, have won first place for 3 consecutive years in the national competition organised by Cairo University for architecture students. And students from engineering won first place nationally and second place internationally in the International Electrical Engineers competition for graduates in electronic engineering. For her vision in developing education provision, her influence on policy and the high standards of student achievement, Chancellor, I have the honour and privilege of presenting to you Nawal Degwy for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Education of the University of Greenwich, honoris causa.
As Chancellor of the University of Greenwich, it's my great pleasure to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education honoris causa.
Dr. Nawal Degwy.
Chancellor Dr. Halm, honorable ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special day for me, and the memory of this occasion will remain for me a source of profound pride and joy. Throughout nearly 50 years in education, every modest achievement I made has given me the urge to do more for students. And the great award today is going to encourage me to do even more, maybe for another 50 years. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
One of the purposes of visiting MSA this year and taking part in this graduation ceremony, and that is to give my university, Middlesex University, the opportunity of adding to the many awards and many forms of recognition that Dr. Degwy has had throughout her career. And I now want to invite Dr. Degwy to step forward and receive the award of Visiting Professor at Middlesex University. So, Mrs. Degwy, Dr. Degwy, no longer. It is now Professor Nawal Degwy.
What you dream to be. A simple truth revealing the beauty that shines through great achievers. It is the truth about fulfilling your destiny and following your heart. Our leading lady rose to fame to become a household name in Egypt and the entire region. She reached out to the stars and became even brighter and more brilliant. A giver by nature, she gave all and is still giving. The fruits of her labor, the beats of her heart, the brainchild of her intellect. Her sons and daughters are everywhere in the four corners of the globe, the pride of modern sciences and arts. Their success adds exponentially to an already luminous achievement. She gave her love and was loved in return. She is in our minds and hearts. This is Mama Nawal.